Hey everybody. So let's see. Lately I've been kind of having issues with my hip hinging, so I started doing some hip thrusters more lately. So that kind of told me that I'm not as strong in the booty department. So I've been incorporating more of glute activity workouts, and that's kind of helped a lot with my hip hinging. And I noticed right away, as soon as I started doing more hip thrusters, that the pain or the clicking basically started to kind of go away. And it's kind of usually what happens a lot of times, is that when you're having problems doing a certain form, or your form goes off, it's usually because you're lacking in another department of muscle structure, I think. So, I mean, I'm not really a big booty workout kind of person. I think that there are more important muscles to incorporate in your routine other than just your booty. I mean, I'm like one of those people that is kind of sick and tired of seeing a lot of booty workouts like on YouTube, or, you know, I think that there's more important things than just your butt. I mean, your butt is important. You should be working your glutes, but you can be working your glutes quite often when you do actual like leg exercises too, mostly squatting and deadlifts, half squat machine, leg extension stuff too. A lot of your leg workouts are usually where you're gonna hit your glutes. Sumo squats is usually the number one. I feel like that massive stretch that you can get and push your, like, really focus on pushing your butt out or clenching your butt in is kind of the number one with hip thrusters, I think. So that's the one I've been lacking, because I've been pushing my butt out a lot. I haven't been doing the contraction part as much, and that's the one that I'm gonna start focusing on. So, I mean, this is kind of, it's not going to be another booty exercise kind of workout, but it's going to be glute focused, I guess, because I do work out a lot of my legs, and working a lot of your legs does put a damper on your joints, especially in the hips. And I mean, like, I could stretch, I could massage those areas, but it's not going to be actually strengthening those areas with the muscle workouts. So I need to focus a lot more, I think on glutes is what I'm going to be doing, just to kind of like get that strength back, so that I can return back to, you know, doing what I do every day, and a lot more easier. So hope you enjoy the video. Hope it's not too much butt stuff.
It's time to go to the gym. It's time to go to the gym. What is up? It's time for butt. So, booty for me is mainly focused around doing a lot of sumo stuff. So, sumo deadlifts, sumo squats. This is a nice variation that I like to actually superset with my sumo squats or sumo deadlifts. So, gives you a little extra something to work with, and targeting the same spot as well. You can go pretty heavy on these, and what's nice is that you don't have to worry about all the weight on your back, so you can focus on your contractions and your form. you gotta have squats if you're doing booty. So, there I have the weight behind me to kind of help me guide like how deep I'm going as well. So, I mean, it's kind of great to superset the two together. If I'm not doing squats, I'll usually probably do lunges too, the elevated ones, in the squat rack as well. Those also will target your booty too if you lean forward in your lunge. My sumo squatting has been kind of crap lately, so I have been working a lot with hip thrusters, and that's kind of like strengthened a lot of my hip hinging a lot more. And a friend of mine also gave me a little advice too on my form, so I've already applied some new things to my sumo squats and am getting stronger by each day. Hip thrusters! Oh, I love but hate them. I can do about 200 pounds now on this machine for hip thrusters, but it still hurts the booty so much. They're killer. This was something new I wanted to try out. I have seen people use it before. It's just for a straight leg deadlift. I moved the weight too from the bottom and the top to see how the difference would be in the different handles. The bottom one is definitely a lot harder, and the top ones are probably a little bit easier. I'm not sure if I really like this machine or not. I mean, it still gives you a really good stretch on your hamstrings and booty. I just feel like you might have better control though with the dumbbells as usual. With hip thrusters too, it does depend on where your legs are at, I think. If your feet are a little bit further up, you're kind of getting more of quads, legs, and booty. If your feet are closer to you, then it's just more booty. But I like to, make things difficult. So like, I try to get my feet out there as further as possible, and then make sure your toes are up and you're riding on your heels. This one's also a straight leg deadlift with the bar. I kind of like this one actually more than the machine. You can kind of get like a good stance with it and go a little bit further down as well with not having to worry about hitting the floor. This is the top weighted position. I think I tried using the top handles though too. That doesn't really work for straight leg. I think it's more for doing squats actually. So you can do squats in this machine as well.
Lagunya yang enak dong.
Woo, my butt hurts just watching these. This is kind of a trick too. To get into this machine, you have to use your knees as leverage to get underneath it, unless you want to crawl from underneath. But, I mean, it's not too difficult. It gets more difficult as you add more weight. These are kind of my new favorite thing right now. This is like my new project I'm going to be working on, hopping up lunges. I actually used the higher box earlier on, which was a lot more difficult. These ones though, with a little bit of shorter box, there's many different variations you can do as I'm doing like 1 foot hopping back and forth. There's like the curtsy, and then there's kind of one that's like almost like a running man basically. That's the one I probably like the most. At some point I want to be able to do this with weight, and I was thinking maybe start with like 10 pound plates in each hand would be nice. So this is something I've been doing though now, that supersetting with some deadlifts is what I did today. These ones are actually like a pulsating lunge, I believe. And these ones are nice too. I kind of like these ones as well. I can already tell too is that I will probably definitely need to work on my form on these, because I'm looking a lot down at my feet, and because I'm actually like really horrible with the balance on these, so at some point I need to like tell myself to look forward and straight instead of looking down. These are the ones I really like. They're almost kind of like a running man. Or you kind of turn your body, and I don't know, for some reason it just felt more natural to do it this way instead of the curtsy. These curtsy lunges are supposed to be glute like specific, but I wasn't really feeling it in my butt too much. I mean, it was harder and difficult to turn my body and put my leg behind me, so that would kind of like throw me off my balance basically. So I mean, they're still okay, but I mean, they weren't as great as the other ones to me. So there you have it, me working my booty. Thanks for watching. Booty pump.